Good day, yogis. Welcome to another Dav Jones Yoga live practice. Today I'm going to be looking at one of the classes from the functional flow sequences that I share on my channel. In particular, today's sequence will be looking at the thoracic spine. So for those out there a little bit unaware of where the thoracic spine is, if we were to look at the spinal column itself, we have the lumbar vertebrae, considered as like the lower back. The thoracic vertebrae, where our rib cage attaches to, that consists of 12 vertebrae, and then we have the cervical, the neck portions of the spine. This sequence today in particular is going to be looking at ways in which we can facilitate functional mobility throughout the thoracic spine. Often once we open up the thoracic spine, you will notice a difference or a change in how you breathe. The breath itself will feel a little bit more free, and that's often linked to opening up muscle tissue around the chest, the shoulder area, as well as looking at ways in which we can kind of isolate the twists to the thoracic region itself. There'll be a few poses in the sequence today where I'm quite specific with alignment, so I want us to truly see if you can honour these alignment principles, because it's ways in which we can truly isolate the thoracic spine and try to limit too much rotation in the lower back. And so if I'm saying certain things like stack the knee below the hip, just see if you can pick up on that and follow my lead. I'm looking forward to sharing this practice with you. This is a really nice functional flow I have in store for you today. Let's get started. You will see for today's practice that I have my usual props of 2 blocks and a strap. I've also got something to rest my knee on, so those out there with sensitive knees, making sure that you have something for comfort for the knee joint itself. I want you to collect both your blocks and place that between your thighs. You're going to come into hero's pose. Now, whilst in hero's pose, find your strap. Before we start to use the strap, I want you to pay attention to the position of the pelvis. Now, from here, allow your pelvis to tilt forward. Rotation of the pelvis known as anterior tilt, so tilting the pelvis forward and down. And kind of go to your end range here, so you'll start to feel the muscles in the lower back contract or shorten, and you'll feel the belly will open. And see what it feels like to be in this posture. Some of you out there might even feel a little bit of discomfort in the lower back. Don't continue to push into the discomfort, but just want you to understand what the rotation of the pelvis does or feels like in your lower back. And now from here, we're going to slowly tilt all the way to the back edge of our sitting bones. You'll notice here that the kind of body goes into like a hunched or a lazy paw/posture type position, which I'm sure you might have heard of. Shoulders round. The weight is at the back edge of the sit bones. We've now taken the pelvis into the opposite of anterior, known as posterior tilt. Now here you're going to feel kind of the muscles at the front of the body shorten. You might even feel a bit of tone in the abdominals. You may even feel a little bit of a tone in the glutes here. Now where I want you to find now is the space in between these 2 ranges, roughly to where you can feel the centre of the sit bones. So not tilting to the front edge of the sit bone, and also not tilting to the back edge of the sit bone, somewhere in the middle. I want you to explore where that is for you, for your pelvis. Close down your eyes. And now for a moment here, stack the rib cage over the centre of your pelvic bowl, your pelvic basin. Still try to keep the weight at the centre of your sit bones. And some of us might find we have to kind of lean a little bit to one hip than the other just to where we can kind of stack the rib cage over the hips. And then finally, I want you to align the weight of the head. So it sits on top of your rib cage. And again, for some of us out there, that might require us to double the chin a little bit. Perhaps shift the head either to the left or to the right, just to where that feels a bit more centered. So essentially it should feel as if the head feels a bit lighter once you start to get the stack. So now we have these three landmarks of the body, stacked one on top of the other. Head on top of the rib cage on top of the pelvis. See if this has made any difference or change now to your breath. So inhale, breathe into the sides of your ribs. Exhale out. Do this for another 3 breaths, and just want you to pay attention to seeing whether you notice any restrictions anywhere in your inhale. Inhale. And just take a mental note of any restrictions that might come up. Do another 2 breaths, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling. 1 more breath, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling. Now keep in mind, you can reopen the eyes, keep in mind any restrictions that might have come up there with your breath. Perhaps you found that the inhale was short, difficult to extend the exhale, whatever that might be. Find your strap, unravel it. Bring the arms above the head and have the arms slightly forward of the face. Now still try to keep the centre of the sit bones in check and the rib cage on top of your pelvis. Keep the strap at tension. Arms here, as you can see, slightly wider than the width of my shoulders. Keep your head gazing at the horizon line, so eye level. Slight double chin just to kind of limit too much neck movement. Inhale into the sides of your ribs. On your exhale, pull the strap to the level of your forehead. Breathe out through mouth. Feel your upper back muscles start to engage and shorten. Inhale into the sides of your ribs. Exhale, pull the strap to the level of the chest. Feel your abdominals tone towards the end of exhale. Inhale into the sides of your ribs. Exhale, pull strap back to level of your forehead. Again, notice abdominal muscles tone on the exhale. Inhale into the sides of your ribs. Exhale, straighten the arms, elevate the shoulders up towards ears, breathe out through mouth. Again, notice abdominal muscles tone. We're going to repeat that round one more time. Inhale into side ribs. Exhale, pull strap to the level of your forehead. Inhale into the sides of your ribs. Exhale, pull the strap to the level of the chest. Inhale into the sides of your ribs. Exhale, pull the strap back to the level of your forehead. Inhale into the sides of your ribs. Exhale, straighten the arms up. Elevate shoulders. Okay, relax the strap, place to one side. Rest the hands back on the thighs, and again, find centre of the sitting bones, stack rib cage over pelvis, and find a lightness through the position of the head. Close the eyes. Have 3 breaths here. Now, reflecting again on your breath, seeing whether those restrictions are still present, whatever mental notes you took of your breath before. Have one more breath here. Enjoy this newfound freedom through the inhale, through your expansion. And gradually open up your eyes. So the idea behind that drill itself is due to the energizing of the upper back muscles, shoulder blades especially. It's really going to help to kind of increase blood flow to this thoracic area. And due to that, of course, it just allows the pliability and the viscoelasticity, you could say, of the intercostals, your diaphragm, and all those breathing muscles which help to expand the rib cage and depress the rib cage. I hope that was useful for you. Release the seat, place blocks to one side, make your way into an all fours position. Let's start with a few rounds of cow and cat. Inhale, arch through the lower back, look up, depress the shoulders, so shrug the shoulders down towards your hips, turn the creases of the elbow pits forward. Exhale, rounds through the spine, come into cat pose. Flex the spine, spread the shoulder blades. You can internally rotate the shoulder here, so roll the eyelids of the elbows inwards. Gaze between your thighs. Do this a few rounds, cow and cat, to your own breath. Pay attention to the rotations of the arms. Depressed of the shoulder in your cow pose. And on the exhale, rotate the shoulders internally on the cat pose, flexing the spine. Some of you may wish to speed up the cat and cows. Some of you may even wish to slow this down. What I'm looking for here is to more so lubricate the spine. So it's not typically about how many I can do. It's more so being with the articulations, the movements of the spine, as well as our shoulders, shoulder blades, and the hips. Nice. Come back to centre as you finish the next exhale. Extend the right leg back. Keep even weight in your hands. Walk the right foot over to the left side. Now as you do this, hug the left hip in, and you'll feel a stretch now down the right side of your body. Those in the room that would like a stronger stretch here, walk the right hand forward. Inhale, breathe into right ribs. Exhale out. Inhale, breathe into right ribs. Keep left hip hugging to the right. Exhale, breathe out. As you finish that exhale, make your way back to all fours. Same stretch, simply switch to the left leg. Walk the left foot over to the right. Hug right hip in. Noticing the stretch through left side. Those in the room that want a little more, walk the left hand forward. Have 3 breaths here. Inhale, breathe into left lung. Exhale out. Inhaling into left lung. Exhale out. Inhale into your left lung. Notice how your inhalation stretches left side. Exhale, notice how your left ribs try to pull down towards left hip. Okay, nice and easy, make your way back to all fours. Good work. Inhale, back into cow pose. And again, you can see that I'm shrugging my shoulders towards my hips. Exhale, round the spine, cat. Do one more. Inhale into cow, depressed shoulder. Exhale, cat pose, flexed spine, posterior tilt of the pelvis, internal rotation of the shoulder. Okay, finish your exhale, make your way back to center. Walk right hand more centre. Inhale, rise the left arm up. Thread the needle. Exhale, we're going to make this active. Thread the arm through. Reach far over to the right. You can see that I'm bending this right elbow. Hover this left arm away from the floor and try to keep it there. Inhale, rise left arm back up. Exhale, once again, thread through the wrist and the leg, reach to the right. Again, keep the arm hovering off the floor. One more time. Inhale, arm reaches up, extend. Exhale, thread through to the right. This time you're going to gracefully lower the left arm down, lower the cheek, the left cheek to the floor. With this front hand, walk it forward to the front of the mat. Lean your weight over to the left, the back of the left shoulder, if you would like a stronger stretch here. I want to give this an option to play around here. Just be wary if your head is turned away from me. Just position yourself so you can see me. Right arm goes straight up for the ceiling. And you're going to slowly reach it over behind you. And some of us may wish to straighten here through our right leg. Truly lean the weight into left shoulder. Press down for the back of the left hand. And then wherever you are with this variation of thread the needle, make your way back into all fours. No rush, with control. Inhale, cow. Deep press shoulder. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Release, back to neutral, gaze between thumbs. Okay, left hand walks centre, inhale, right arm goes up. Thread the needle, left side. Exhale, thread through to the right. Reach to the left this time. Inhale, rising arm up. Exhale, thread through, wrist and leg, reach to the left. Inhale, rise the arm up. One more time, exhale, thread through to the left. And this third time, slowly lower the right cheek to the floor and that right arm. Stretch the front hand forward for the front of the mat. And again, lean the weight over to right shoulder. This might be as far as some of you are happy to go. And again, I'm going to offer those same variations we did on the previous side. So option 1, left arm goes up, reach it over and behind you. And you could play around here with extending left leg. Stay 3. Wherever you are with these variations, keep the head down. Try not to move the neck too much. 2 and 1. Nice and easy. Make your way back into all fours. Turn the fingers out to the sides of the mat. Go a little bit wider with your hands, slightly wider than your shoulders. Keep the elbows straight. Tuck the tailbone a little. Try to keep all parts of the body fixed for this. We're going to slowly lower the chest between the arms, bring the shoulder blades together. Retraction of the scapula. Now notice, make sure the elbows are straight and you haven't dropped the belly too much, so you maintain that tuck of the tailbone. And then push down for the hands, spread shoulder blades, protraction of the scapula. Now do this another 4 times, try to isolate the movement to the shoulder blade alone. Retraction, push to protraction, retraction, protraction. Let's do 2 more. Retract. Keep the tuck of the tailbone, that's the hard bit for me. Protract. 1 more. Retract. And protract. Okay, nice and easy. Walk hands to centre. Tuck the toes. Float the knees. You can still see them in this like all fours position. Keep a round spine similar to a cat pose. Stay. Breathe into side and back ribs. Exhale through the mouth. 1, 2 more. Inhale into side and back ribs. Exhale out through mouth. Feel your abdominals contract. 1 more breath here. Inhale into side and back ribs. Exhale Exhale out through mouth. Whew. Soften the knees down. Inhale, come into cow pose. Depress the shoulder. Enjoy the stretch here through the belly. Exhale, round into cat position, chin towards the chest. Internally rotating the shoulders, so roll the biceps inwards. Tuck the tailbone under. Let's do one more cow and cat. Inhale, open the chest, externally rotate your shoulders. Depress the shoulders as well. Anteriorly tilt the pelvis. Exhale, round the spine for cat. Rotate internally through the shoulders, biceps rolled in, tailbone tucking under. And then nice and easy, make your way back to neutral. Okay, inhale, rise right leg back. Float the right foot off. Keep even weight in both hands. And again, I mentioned it before when we did the side body stretch, but try to hug your left hip inwards. So we find that we've got quite a stable and secure left hip keeping us, or playing a part in our foundation here. Exhale, thigh comes into chest. Bring the nose towards your knee. Inhale, extend the right leg back. Open up your chest, gaze up. Exhale, bring knee to nose. Flex the spine. I'm going to do one more. Inhale, extend the leg back. Open the chest. Depress the shoulder, gaze up. Exhale, round the spine. Nose to knee. This time round, place the right foot between the hands. Option 2. Cushion out the left knee. Come into a kneeling lunge. I would like you to pay attention to the rear leg here. So the left knee below the hip. This is important. Inhale, rise both arms up. If you haven't already engaged left glute, I often go on about this in a lot of my classes, so engaging left or rear glute for the kneeling lunge. On the next exhale, gently lean the weight forward into your front foot. Push down through your front foot as well as the top of the rear foot. With each inhale, telescope your ribs forward and slightly upwards as you reach for your fingers. If you feel discomfort in your lower back, reduce the weight in the front foot. Bring it back. And now from here, slowly bring the body back. Maintain here. Now we're going to bring the back of the right hand to the inside of your right thigh. Create resistance here, so I'm pushing the back of the hand against the inner thigh. And with equal effort, pushing the inner thigh back against the knuckles. Bring your left hand, bring the palms together. We're going to be doing quite a few of these rotations, so I want you to really, for the first few rounds, certainly see if you can get the right alignment principles in play here. Inhale, rise, the left arm goes up. So we've got external rotation for the shoulder, little fingers turned in. Bring the arm up to 12 o'clock. Once you're here, elevate your shoulder, kind of reduce the space here between the shoulder and your ear. And now you're going to internally rotate this top arm. Turn the thumb inwards as the palm turns away from you. And now slowly take the arm behind you, roughly level with your left shoulder. Hold it here. Try not to allow the left hip to draw back. So we're keeping hips squared to the front edge of our mat. Still pressing the front palm against the inner thigh. Inhale into left shoulder. Exhale, draw the left shoulder blade, retract it towards your spine. And you'll feel your thoracic spine trying to rotate to the left. Keep the hips squared, that's the hard bit. Inhale into left shoulder, we'll do one more breath here. Exhale, retract, draw left shoulder blade in towards the spine. Once you've finished, exhale, rise that left arm back up to 12. Go back into external, so little finger turns in, and then slowly bring the hand down to meet with your right palm. Good, everyone. Place the prop out to one side, step it back into plank pose. Lower down onto your knees, lean the weight into the hands, tuck the tailbone, inhale. Deep press your shoulders. Exhale, slowly lower down, thighs first, belly second, and then chest last. Roll your shoulders back. Deep pressed shoulder, active glutes contracting here. Inhale, lift the chest. First cobra pose of the practice. Exhale, tuck your toes, sit back onto your heels. Keep the arms active. Push your bum back onto the heels. Inhale, breathe into the sides of your ribs. Exhale, gently push the hips towards your heels. Inhale, slowly now make your way back up into all fours. Extend the left leg back. Contain this right hip. So again, not allowing it to fall to the right. It's often quite common. Hug right hip in. Maintain that shape. See if you can keep roughly even weight in the hands. It's a good indication that we're integrating our standing hip. Okay, left leg floats away from the floor. Arch the spine, look up. Exhale, bring the knee into the chest, nose towards your knee. Inhale, extend left leg back. Cow shape with the spine, shoulders depressed. Exhale, round the spine, nose to knee. Inhale, let's do one more. Open the chest, cow pose. Exhale, nose to knee, push. See if you can place left foot between the hands. Okay, cushion out the knee again. And we're going to start again with the knee below the hip. Engage, contract your right glute. Inhale, rise, both arms up. On your exhale, slowly, keeping the rear glute contracted, lean the weight forward into your front foot. And again, not at the cost of your lower back. With each inhale, reach the fingertips up. Notice your rib cage subtly move forward and slightly upwards. Again, pressing down for the front foot and the top of the rear foot. Nice and easy, make your way back into kneeling lunge, stacking the hips over the rear knee once again. This time, back of the left hand to your inner left thigh, bring the palms together. Try to keep again the hips squared to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, slowly rise, right arm up. Once you get to 12 o'clock, elevate your shoulder. Good, maintain, and then slowly go into internal rotation so the thumb turns in as the palm turns away from you. Slowly circle the arm behind you, roughly level with your right shoulder. Keep the hips squared, keep that right glute contracted. Inhale into right shoulder. Exhale, draw right shoulder blade to spine. Good, keep pressing against the inner thigh as well. We'll do one more breath here. Inhale into right shoulder. Exhale, draw right shoulder blade to spine. Wow, those rhomboids really helping or really energizing in that retraction. Slowly rise the rear arm up, go back into external rotation, so little finger turns in. Once you get up to 12, elevate shoulder, and then slowly bring the hand down, bring both palms to meet. Really great work, everyone. Place the knee support out to one side, step it back. All fours. Tuck the toes, round the spine, lift both knees off the floor. Good, stay 3. Inhaling and exhaling naturally. 2. And 1, okay. Leading the way over to the left hand, float the right palm off. Bring the right hand to the outer left hip. Take it back. Shift over to the right hand. Try not to adjust the hips too much. Float the left hand off. Bring it to the outer right hip. Push down for right hand. Release it. We'll do repeat one more time. Keep Strengthen the left hand, left arm. Release the right. Find the outer, touch the left hip. Outer left hip. Whoa, those abs. Shift the weight to the right hand. Left palm floats off. Find outer right hip. And take it back. Whew. Lower the knees. Lean the weight into your hands. Slight tuck of the tailbone. Exhale, lower thighs, belly and chest. Great work, everyone. Right arm comes to a 90 degrees. Turn the head to the left. Step the left foot over your right leg. Bring in the stretch here into the front of your right shoulder. Those in the room that want a slightly stronger stretch for this pose, think of trying to roll your right shoulder in towards the back of the rib cage. Make your breathing calm and smooth. Let's complete one more breath here. Once you're done, make your way back onto the belly. Repeat that same stretch on the left arm. Elbows at 90 degrees. Elbow just slightly higher than the shoulder itself. Turn the head to the right. Step the right foot over the left leg. And again, up to 5 to 6 breaths here. And again, those in the room that want it a little stronger, think roll the left shoulder into the back of the rib cage. Okay, nice and easy, very good everyone. Make your way back onto the belly. Place the hands by your chest. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears. And actively depress them, roll them down towards the hips. Keep shoulder blades drawing towards each other. Engage your glutes, push the front of the hip into the floor. Your next inhale, lift your chest for cobra pose. See if you can access a stretch in the front of the belly. If you find this is compressing your lower back, just lower the height of the chest. Tuck your toes. Push the hips back onto your heels. Push your arms forward so you elevate your shoulders. Inhale here into the sides and the backs of your ribs. Exhale, push the bum back onto the heels. Okay, nice and slow. Look forward at the hands. Lift the knees now for your first downward facing dog. Inhale, rise the right leg up. On your exhale, bring heel to bum and then bring thigh to chest. Keep the down dog shape, push the shoulders back, and now slowly bring the shoulders over your wrists for plank. Step the right foot between your hands. Place the right foot more towards your right palm. Come up to high lunge. Now I want you to bring a similar bend to both legs. Now the same thoracic rotations here, but this time from a high lunge position. Back of the right hand inside of your right thigh. Palms together. If you find that you're leaning forward, bring the hands further up the inner thigh. I want you to try and maintain that you've got a vertical spine here. Keep the gaze at the horizon line. Lower the back knee until you feel a bit challenged. Keep your left glute contracted. Inhale, rise left arm up. Come up to 12 o'clock, elevate the shoulder. External rotations, the little fingers turned in. Now go into internal, turn the palm away from you, take the arm behind you. Roughly level the shoulder, hold it here. Left hip pulls forward. Inhale into left shoulder. Keep pressing the front hand against the inside of the thigh. On your exhale, draw the rear shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade towards spine. We'll do one more breath. Inhale into left shoulder. Exhale, shoulder blade into spine. Bring that rear arm back up to 12. Externally rotate the shoulder, little finger in. And then slowly bring the palms down to meet each other. Good. Plank pose. Option to give the legs a wiggle. Shoulders over the wrists. Feel free to come down to the knees again. Lean the weight into the hands. Tuck your tailbone. Your next exhale, with control, lower to the floor. Inhale, shoulders depressed. Cobra pose, active glutes. Open chest, accessing the stretch in the belly. Push back, downward facing dog. Breathing in. And breathing out. Inhale, rise left leg up. Heel to bum, then thigh to belly. Hold it here, still in a down dog shape. Push shoulders back. Then bring shoulders over hands, plank. Step the left foot inside of your left hand. Come up to high lunge stance. And again, find that buoyancy in the hip, roughly a similar bend through both knees. Back of the left hand to your inner thigh, palms together, gaze at the horizon line. Slowly rise, right arm up. Elevate shoulder, externally rotated shoulder as well. And then internal rotation. Keep hips squared if you can to the front of the mat, so pull your right hip forward a little bit. And then slowly take the top arm behind you, level with the shoulder. Inhale into right shoulder. Just try to move at the shoulder blade. Exhale, shoulder blade into spine. One breath here. Inhale. Right shoulder blade. Exhale, shoulder blade into spine. Slowly bring that rear arm back up to 12. Elevate shoulder. And then slowly bring palms to meet. Release the pose. Plank posture. Step back. Take a breath in. Okay, this time we're going to, a little bit different now, so take your weight onto the outer left foot. Stack the feet, keep both palms on the floor for a plank pose. Hold, 3, 2, and 1. Back into plank. Take your weight onto the outer right foot. Left foot on top. Keep the weight in the hands. Hold, 3, 2, and then 1. Back into plank pose. Your next exhale with control, lower to the floor. Shoulders roll up to shoulders, then down towards hips. Active glutes, cobra pose. Sit back onto the feet, child's pose. Rest the forehead. Great work, everyone. Inhale into side ribs. Push the hands forward, hips back, exhale out. Okay, slowly come up into all fours. Extend your right leg back. Hug left hip in. Float right foot off. Breathe in. Exhale this time, bring thigh into chest, then take it across to your left elbow, tap. And then inhale, reach it back. As you take the leg back, open the chest again, look up. And again, exhale, thigh into chest, nose to knee, and then take it to tap the left elbow. One more time, extend right leg back, arch lower back, look up. Exhale, thigh into chest, nose to knee, and then just tap left elbow. This time round, step right foot between the hands, cushion out the rear knee again, sensitive knees. Whew. Okay. A little bit different this time. We're going to work on the closed hip variation of this kneeling lunge thoracic rotations. So this time bring the left hand to your inner thigh. And then with the right hand it can just place to the outer thigh. Press the inner thigh against the left palm and push the palm back against the inner thigh. Inhale, rise right arm up to 12. Elevate shoulder at the top. Then an internal rotation. Slowly take the arm behind you. This time, allow your shoulder, thoracic spine to rotate to the right. Inhale into right chest. Allow left hip to draw forward. Exhale, draw right shoulder blade towards spine. 1. Inhale into right shoulder. Exhale, right shoulder blade into spine. Good. With the rear palm, bring it back up to 12, face forward. And then slowly bring right hand down. Really great work, everyone. Plank pose. Go onto the outer left foot. Right foot steps on top. Some of you might want to play around with coming onto the fingertips of the right hand. Maybe releasing, finding side plank. And then release, come back into plank. Go on to outer right foot, stack the feet. Option to play with having a play with side plank on this right side. Retract the top shoulder blade towards the spine. Back into plank. Next exhale, option to come onto the knees, lower to the floor. Inhale, shoulders roll back. Open the chest, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Press the hips onto the heels, energize the arms. Inhale, push forward and down. Exhale, push the hips back onto heels. Make your way up into all fours. Extend left leg back. Hug right hip in. Left foot lifts off. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, nose to knee. And then tap left knee to right elbow. Inhale, take left leg back. Arch the lower back. Open the chest, look up. Exhale, nose to knee. And tap knee to right elbow. And then slowly take it back. We'll do one more. Arch, lower back. Exhale, nose to knee. Tap the right elbow. And now this time, step between the hands. Bring your right palm to the inner left thigh. Keep hips squared. And again, I've got this knee stacked below the hip. This helps to limit lumbar vertebrae rotation because the hips are squared, and it brings the twist more into the thoracic vertebrae. Create equal resistance between your right palm, left thigh. Inhale, rise left arm up. Elevate shoulder. Internally rotate the top arm. Take it behind you. Allow your spine to rotate to the left this time. Inhale into left shoulder. Exhale, left shoulder blade pulls in towards spine. Inhale into left shoulder. Exhale, take left shoulder blade into spine. Good, slowly rise rear arm back up to 12. And then slowly to the outside of your left leg. Okay, nice and easy. Plank pose. Push it back for downward facing dog. See what it feels like now to do a twist in our downward facing. So you're going to use the right hand first. Reach it for the outside edge of the left leg. And depending on what your flexibility is like, option 1, upper thigh. Option 2, the lower leg. For those that have the flexibility, reach for the outer heel. Bend your right knee and then gaze underneath the left armpit. Push that left hip back using the left arm. Stay for 3, 2, and 1. Make your way back into downward dog. Switch the twist, left hand. Find your placement with the hand, outer thigh of the right. Bend the left knee, gaze under the right arm. Push the right hip back, use the strength of the right arm. 3, 2, and 1. Nice and easy. Downward facing dog. Inhale, rise the right leg up. Exhale, thigh into chest, nose to knee. Step right foot between the hands. Come up to high lunge. Bend the rear leg. Now we're going to do that closed hip thoracic rotations from a high lunge position. Back of the right hand to inner thigh. Find gaze at your eye level, the horizon line. Slowly rise. Right hand up. Because your left palm pressing at the inner thigh. Got myself confused a bit there, everyone. So we extend right arm up. And now internally rotate top arm. Allow your spine to rotate towards the right. Inhale into right chest. Exhale, right shoulder blade into spine. One more breath here. Inhale into right chest. Exhale, shoulder blade to spine. Good, slowly rise right arm back up. Square your chest to the front of the mat. And then slowly bring right hand down. Okay, really good. Vinyasa into plank. Exhale, lower down. Rise the chest. Come up into cobra pose. Gaze directly forward. Inhale into front body. Feel your rib cage move forward and upwards. Exhale, look over right shoulder. See if you can catch a glimpse of the left heel. Inhale, bring head to center. Keep glutes contracted. Exhale, take gaze over left shoulder. See if you can catch a glimpse of the right heel. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower your chest. Child's pose. Some of you may wish to have a few breaths rest here. Alternatively, feel free to meet in a down dog for a couple of breaths. Whilst you've made it into your down dog, I want you to spend this time for the next 2 to 3 breaths just noticing how your breath feels. Inhale into the sides of your ribs. Exhale out. Now you'll notice what I mean when I referred to that moment at the start where I mentioned how by working on thoracic spine can really help to free up your breathing. Hopefully you're noticing a change in the freedom of your breath. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, thigh into chest, nose to knee, tiger curl. Step left foot between the hands. Place the left foot more towards your left hand. Come up into high lunge. Bend the back knee again. Lower into the hip. Essentially, you can see I've got quite a buoyancy here in my hip. Right palm comes across inner thigh. Closed hip rotations now. Left hand out thigh. Inhale, rise left arm up. Elevate shoulder. Internally rotate the top arm. Slowly take it behind you. Look to the left. Inhale, left chest. Keep pressing against your inner thigh. Exhale, left shoulder blade into spine. Feel your right hip pull forward. Inhale into left chest. Exhale, shoulder blade into spine. Slowly bring rear arm back up to 12, face forward. And then slowly left hand down to the outer thigh. Nice. Place the palms down. Downward facing dog. Breathing in. And breathing out. And again, check in with the breath option for a child's pose, of course. Respect your limitations. We're going to go back to the left leg, everyone. Inhale, rise left leg up. Bring heel to bum, then thigh to belly. Then shoulders over the hands. Tap the knee to the left arm, then tap it across to the right. This time round, extend the left leg out to the right. See if you can wiggle this left leg forward a bit. Now you can spin the back heel to the floor. With control, lower your body down to the floor. Keep your twist. Come up onto the hands, forearms, and enjoy your rotation here. Inhale. Exhale. For those in the room that want a slightly stronger twist here, you can bring the right elbow across towards that left arm and rest the right cheek in the hand. And then slowly lean the weight into the palm. Be wary of this twist, it's quite a deep twist. So just nurturing the twist with your breath, nurturing your spine with your breath. Okay, nice and easy. Make your way back onto the hands. Lower the chest to the floor. Now every point of contact you have on the mat here, palms, outer hip, outer left foot, and the rear foot. Going to push down into the floor. Inhale. Strong body on the exhale. Push up to plank. And then take left leg back for downward facing dog. Breathe into side ribs. Exhale out. Inhale, rise the right leg up. Heel to bum. And then thigh to belly. Still keep the down dog shape. Shoulders over hands, plank. Tap knee to right elbow. Then across to the left. Then extend your right leg out to the left. Good. Slowly spin the back heel down. And then nice and easy, lower your hip to the floor and bring the forearms onto the mat. Keep the twist. This is going to certainly be rotating the lower back as well as up towards the mid back. If you'd like a slightly stronger twist here, this time left elbow walks into centre, rest the head in the hand and just lean the weight of the head into left palm. Stay 3, 2 and 1. Okay, nice and easy. Bring the weight back onto the hands, lower the chest to the floor, pressing through all points of bodily contact with the mat here. Breathe in. Strong body. Try to move the body upwards in one firm, fixed position. Downward facing dog. A few yes and no's with the head. Good work today, everyone. Inhale, rise, right leg up and back. Exhale, heel to bum. And then thigh to belly, shoulders over wrists, and then right foot inside of right hand. Lower onto the left knee. Kneeling lunge. Option to cushion the knee, of course. Inhale, rise both arms up. On your exhale, bring the hands together at the centre of the chest. Fully breathe out here, everyone. So you feel your front ribs pull down and your rib cage depress. As you finish the exhale, come across the body, find your twist, hook the elbow on the outer thigh. Push the leg into the elbow and push the elbow back against the outer thigh. Breathe into side ribs. On your exhale, twist the spine. Okay, those who would like to go a little further, tuck the back toes, lift the knee. Inhale into side ribs. Exhale, twist the spine. Now, option here, this is an option, so a little bit more challenging. Keep your twist. See if you can float the elbow off the outer thigh. Stay 3, 2, and 1. Release the twist. Step it to down dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, rise left leg up. Heel to bum. Thigh to belly. Shoulders over hands. Left foot inside of left hand. Lower the knee for kneeling lunge. Right knee below the hip. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Fully breathe out. As you finish exhale, then twist. Hook the elbow to the outer thigh. Inhale, breathe into side ribs. Exhale, rotate your spine. Keep the outer thigh pressing outwards into the elbow. Keep the elbow pushing against the outer thigh. Inhale into side ribs. Exhale, twist. Tuck the rear toes. Option to give this a try. Lift the knee off the floor. Paravita Parsvakonasana. Side ribs expand on the inhale. Exhale, rotate spine. Option to give the active version a try. Float the elbow away from the outer thigh. Keep your twist to the left. Stay 3, 2, and 1. Good work, everyone. Palms come to the floor. Plank pose. Final vinyasa. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Shoulders roll down and back. Lift the chest for cobra pose, Bhujangasana. And then finally, make your way back into child's pose. Rest the head on the hands. Breathing in. And breathing out. Allow this time to cool the body down. See if you can find a regular, smooth breath. And a steady heartbeat. Okay, slowly make your way up into seated. Extend both legs forward. Now I want us to take the arch here at the lower back. So I want us to almost find our natural lordosis in our lumbar back here. So to do that, for some of us, we're going to have to elevate our seat. So this is the same for myself. So roll up something, maybe a block. You can even roll up the end of your mat here. Place your sit bones onto the prop. Bring the chest forward so you feel that you're roughly at the centre of the sit bones. Step the right leg back. Pull the right thigh into the chest and step the leg over the straight leg. Bring the left arm around and then pull your chest into the bent thigh. Inhale into this open right chest area. Exhale, rotate your spine. We just do another 3 breaths here. Inhale into right chest. Exhale, draw right shoulder blade towards the spine, and you'll notice how the rhomboids facilitate thoracic twists. Inhale into right chest. Exhale, right shoulder blade into spine. Finish your next breath. And then nice and easy, slowly make your way back to centre. Bring the hands over to the left side and then lower your chest, your body towards the floor, just to counter the spine a bit. Come back up. Change to the opposite leg. Step over the straight leg. Hug your bent leg with the right arm. Pull the chest into the inner thigh. Inhale, breathe into left shoulder. Exhale, rotate to your left. Inhale into left chest. Exhale, draw the left shoulder blade into the spine to help facilitate this thoracic twist. Inhale into left chest. Exhale, shoulder blade into spine. And you certainly have to be aware here, because I sometimes find that we can pull too much in our twists and it can just create restrictions and even sometimes cramps through the intercostals and the ribcage area. So just finding that moderation with the effort that you use. Do one more breath here. Inhale into left chest. Exhale, shoulder blade into spine. Okay, nice and easy. Release the twist. Counter the twist, come over to the right. Palms come down, lower the chest down. And then slowly make your way back up to centre. Okay, good everyone. We're going to complete today's practice then, coming into a meditation seat. I want you to elevate your seat so you can see here my hips are higher than the top edge of the knee. This again can help us to find a neutral pelvis and then of course allow for more of a naturally positioned spine. So elevating the seat can certainly allow you to access that natural position of the spine. And the reason that's so important, because then it allows us to see, to witness what our true capacity is like with our breathing, without there needing to be compensation elsewhere. Come back to that same awareness we did at the very start of the practice, where I asked you to find the centre of the sit bones. And then stack the ribcage on top of your pelvic bowl. And then finally position the head so it feels light on top of your shoulders. Close down your eyes. And for the next 6 to 7 breaths, I just want you to purely witness the difference you're noticing in your own breathing. Gradually open your eyes. So I'm hoping you all notice the difference to the freedom of your breath, and you enjoyed today's sequence as we explored through the thoracic spine. Please feel free to share your feedback, comments below. I'd be more than happy to accept some feedback and just to see where you are in your current practice as well. As always, thank you for supporting Dav Jones Yoga and the YouTube channel. Namaste.